Hi, my name is Caroline, and today we'll be reading Why Johnny Doesn't Flap, NT is Okay. The cover shows two boys standing with a cat and a dog. One boy has his arm on the other boy's back. Why Johnny Doesn't Flap, NT is Okay. Pictured is a boy standing, smiling. This is my friend Johnny. Pictured is Johnny hanging from a tree, while nearby the narrator sits on a grass reading a book titled Hydraulic Forklifts. We have a lot of fun together, but sometimes he acts pretty strangely. Mom says it is because he is NT, or neurotypical. He doesn't have autism, so his brain works differently from mine. Pictured is the entryway to the narrator's home, where Johnny is just arriving, and the narrator is standing nearby in the house. Johnny is supposed to come to my house at 4, but sometimes he comes at 3:58 or 4:03. I gave him a watch for his birthday to help him arrive on time, but he still has this problem. He may be hopeless when it comes to punctuality, but we still get to spend time together and have fun. So that's okay. Pictured are Johnny and the narrator walking towards a checkerboard and a deck of cards on the floor. When he comes into the house, sometimes he wants to play checkers first and then play crazy eights. Sometimes he wants to play crazy eights first. He doesn't know to follow the same order every time, but we still get to play all our favorite games. So that's okay. Pictured is a close-up of Johnny's face, looking straight at the reader. When he talks to you, Johnny looks directly into your eyes, which can make you pretty uncomfortable. He doesn't mean any harm, though. That's just the way he is. And that's okay. Pictured is Johnny and the narrator, sitting together on a couch facing the TV. The narrator appears to be looking away from the TV. Johnny watches the same television shows that I do, but he never recites the opening credits word for word. In fact, I'm not even sure he has them memorized. He sure picks funny things to focus on, but that's okay. Pictured is Johnny and the narrator standing on the grass in front of an ice cream truck, and the narrator is jumping and smiling and flapping his arms while Johnny is just standing there. When something exciting happens, Johnny doesn't respond like you would expect. He doesn't flap his arms, jump up and down. He just moves the sides of his mouth up slightly, widening his eyes at the same time. Maybe he doesn't know much about how to express emotions, but that's okay. Pictured is the two boys sitting at a table, focusing on the Hydraulic Forklifts book. The narrator is holding and focusing on the book, while Johnny is looking away from the book. Johnny doesn't have a topic that he knows everything about, like World War II, or dinosaurs, or hydraulic forklifts. I try to share in-depth information with him, but he seems uninterested. He may never be a real expert at anything, but he is a good person. So that's okay. Pictured is Johnny in his class, with his teacher and another student with his hand raised. Johnny functions very well at school. He understands the rules and gets all of his work done. Pictured are the two boys standing and facing each other. The narrator is smiling, and Johnny appears to be thinking. But if you ask him for basic information about the school building, like what companies manufactured the elevator, intercom, and security system, he will stare at you blankly. He understands some things but has trouble with other things. That's true of all of us, and that's okay. Pictured is the two boys standing in front of their art class door. A sign on the door says, "Art class canceled today." Johnny is just standing there. The narrator, however, is hunched over, holding his hands over his ears. Johnny never has a meltdown when disasters happen, like a fire drill or art class being canceled. He is afraid of what people might think. It seems that he is bottling up his feelings up, but he just has his own way of dealing with things. And that's okay. Pictured is the boy standing outside, under an umbrella, in the rain, and Johnny is saying, "It's raining cats and dogs." Johnny has problems with communication. He will say that a math test was a piece of cake, when he really means that it was just easy. I try to explain to him that cake has nothing to do with an easy math test, but he never seems to understand that. He should say what he means. I can always figure out his strange statements eventually, so that's okay. Pictured, the boys are outside at the playground. Johnny has a soccer ball under his foot and is standing with 3 other children. The narrator is sitting in the grass nearby, smiling with a dandelion in his hand. On the playground, Johnny always wants to play with the other kids. He never goes off into his own world. Sometimes I wonder if he ever gets a chance to sit and think about his favorite commercials or the recorded message on the subway. Maybe he's a little too obsessed with social interaction, but that's okay. Pictured are 2 separate pictures of the 2 boys. In one, Johnny is playing with a toy car on the floor on a toy racetrack. In the second picture, the narrator is standing, wearing a cape like a superhero, holding the same toy car up high, overhead, and smiling. It can be pretty interesting being friends with a kid who is NT. He has a lot of quirks that can be very frustrating until you get used to them. Mom says that everyone's brain is different, and different isn't always wrong. Pictured is the 2 boys standing together on the grass, with the narrator's hand on Johnny's back. I like Johnny. I think that being NT is okay. The end.